Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhavati Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Anaishtake. Hare Krishna to all you summer devotees. Today we'll be reading from Canto 8, Chapter 8, The Churning of the Milk Ocean, Text 23. Sukadev Goswami continued, in this way, after full deliberation, for the goddess of fortune accepted Mukunda as a husband because although he is independent and not in want of her, he possesses all transcendental qualities and mystic powers and is therefore the most desirable. Text 24. Approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the goddess of fortune placed upon his shoulders the garland of newly grown lotus flowers, which was surrounded by humming bumblebees searching for honey. Then, expecting to get a place on the bosom of the Lord, she remained standing by his side, her face smiling in shyness. Text 25. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Father of the three worlds, and his bosom is the residence of Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, the proprietor of all opulences. The goddess of fortune, by her favorable and merciful glance, can increase the opulence of the three worlds along with the inhabitants and their directors, the demigods. Text 26. Next appeared Varuni, the lotus-eyed goddess who controlled drunkards. With the permission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the demons, headed by Bali Maharaj, took possession of this young girl. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, I missed a page. 27, actually. Let's see. 26? No, 26, sorry. The inhabitants of Gandharvaloka and Charanaloka then took the opportunity to play their musical instruments, such as conch shells, bugles, and drums. They began dancing and singing along with their wives. Text 27. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the great sage Angira, and similar directors of universal management showered flowers and chanted mantras indicating the transcendental glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 28. All the demigods, along with the Prajapatis and their descendants, being blessed by Lakshmiji's glance upon them, were immediately enriched with good behavior and transcendental qualities. Thus, they were very much satisfied. Text 29. O king, because of being neglected by the goddess of fortune, the demons and Rakshasas were depressed, bewildered, and frustrated, and thus they became shameless. Text 30. Next appeared Varuni, the lotus-eyed goddess who controlled drunkards. With the permission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the demons, headed by Bali Maharaj, took possession of this young girl. Text 31. O king, thereafter, while the sons of Kashyapa, both demons and demigods, were engaged in churning the ocean of milk, a very wonderful male person appeared. Text 32. He was strongly built. His arms were long, stout, and strong. His neck, which was marked with 3 lines, resembled a conch shell. His eyes were reddish, and his complexion was blackish. He was very young. He was garlanded with flowers, and his entire body was fully decorated with various ornaments. Text 33. He was dressed in yellow garments and wore brightly polished earrings made of pearls. The tips of his hair were anointed with oil, and his chest was very broad. His body had all good features. He was stout and strong like a lion, and he was decorated with bangles. In his hand he carried a jug filled to the top with nectar. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Dev Shakti Mataji, for reading the translation today. Thank you, Sundaran Prabhu. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashtamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradhari Kripambadittamaham Prapadye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So in this section, we are seeing how the Asuras and Devas, they were cooperating in churning the milk ocean. And they were so much perplexed when the Kalakuta came, the poison that came first, approached Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva has kindly agreed to take out that misery. So Lord Shiva actually took that Kalakuta poison and he just kept it in his kant. So that's why he's called Nilakant. So blue throat. So now after that incident, the demigods and uh, demons, they were all again very enthusiastic to continue the churning. So they were desiring to get the nectar. So then when they started churning, there are many wonderful things that came out of this ocean of milk. So there were Uchaistrava, the horse, and then there are Airavata, the elephant, carrier of Indra, and also Apsaras. There are Lord Vishnu's famous Kastubamani, Padmagarbha, Padmaragamani, that's also came out from this ocean. And also the famous Parijata flower that also manifested. So there are many wonderful things manifested, and eventually the mother goddess of fortune, Rama Devi, she also manifested from this beautiful ocean. So there are many verses that describes the qualities of Mother Lakshmi, the beauty, and how she was endowed with all the wonderful qualities. so upon seeing Mother Lakshmi, everybody were actually desiring to have Mother Lakshmi, but Mother Lakshmi was given a garland to choose her husband, and eventually Mother Lakshmi actually chose, contemplating on each and every one of them, and obviously the Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality Godhead, he was chosen as the husband. So, and then Mother Lakshmi garlanded Lord Vishnu after full, it was mentioned after Sukadeva Goswami says, after full deliberation, accepted Mukunda her as her husband. So, Rama Mukundam Nirapeksham Ipshitam. So, desired the most, Ipshita means the most desirable. So, the Lord is actually the most desirable, and she accepted. So the Lord is actually Atma Rama, is self-sufficient. So he is fully independent. He's Swarat. So he is not actually need Mother Lakshmi to be completely full. But Mother Lakshmi always wants to accompany the Lord and serve the Lord. So that is the position of Mother Lakshmi. And so, and then after accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as husband, now the all of the demigods, all of the Gandharvas, and all the people who are witnessing, they are all glorifying the Lord, and they are also uh, just celebrating this moment of joy that Mother Lakshmi accepted. Um, so here, Lord Vishnu as their husband. So Ajita, like the name of the Vishnu here is Ajita. So now they are all celebrating. The following verses basically describes how the moment was celebrated and what was actually happening at that moment. So very poetically, Sukadeva Goswami elaborates. Let's see. So in the next verse, so as Mother Lakshmi was holding this flower garland, which was buzzing with the humble bumblebees searching for honey, and this is lotus flowers garland. So now she was remaining by the side of Lord Vishnu, and then with a smiling face. The scene was being described by Sukadeva Goswami. So he's saying, Tastha nidaya nikate tad ura swadhama. So now, Swadhama means her real resort, her real shelter or real. So the Lord is her real shelter. So she's standing by the side of the Lord, and she's completely happy and then smiling, and she's also shy because of the Lord's presence. So all of these Sukadeva Goswami is elaborating. So Kanjamalam, like the garland of lotus flowers, is being beautifully decorating the Lord. And so the Lord now is described as the father of three worlds. So Tashya Shriyas Trijagata Janaka Jananya. Uh, he is the Pita, so Prapitamaha, like so here Brahma is considered the grandfather, and so the Lord is considered the great great grandfather, like he is also the father of Lord Brahmaji. So Aham Bija Pradapitaha. So Krishna says, I am the seed giving father of all living entities. So Lord is naturally described as the father of three worlds, and he is also the residence of Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, who is all the proprietor of all opulence. Paramam Vibhute. So she is supremely opulent. Sri Swa Praja Sakurunena Nikshanena. So the Lord, Mother Lakshmi, wherever she glances, so that's actually a sign of opulence. So it can increase the opulence. It is very favorable and merciful. So and then all of the uh, um, along with the demigods and everyone, by her favorable glance, she can increase the opulence of the whole three worlds. That is the position of Mother Lakshmi. But she does not stay if someone is not actually devotionally favorable to Lord Narayana. So then she is very flickering. She does not stay in that place, and the opulence that is obtained by them is very flickering, and it is also not permanent. But on the other side, the devotees who are very much favorable in devotion to Lord Vishnu, so their opulence, whatever they have in their possession, is a permanent asset, because Mother Lakshmi permanently stays there. So in this material world, we know that sukha and dukkha, the miseries, happiness and miseries, comes, goes, and come. So it is there is always a sort of the three modes of material nature is tossing them up and down. So the so-called happiness of going up and down, which if it is temporary, again that is not favorable. So the devotees who are really intelligent, they take shelter of Lord Narayana, and their opulence, whatever they may get, it's all permanent asset, and they get complete satisfaction and happiness out of it. So that is the verdict that Prabhupada is also saying in the purport here. So when the goddess of fortune understands that a devotee is in favor of devotional service to Narayana, she is naturally inclined to bless the devotee with all opulences. So, so in this world, we can see there are many opulent people. There are super rich, extremely rich, who are not devotees. And for their life, if we go in detail and look at their life, there'll be so much ups and downs, so much suffering, and so much enviousness, so much jealousy, so much politics. There's a lot of trouble they have to deal on day-to-day basis. So their opulence is causing them so much trouble that they have to hire so many people to safeguard themselves. So that is the position of the opulence of non-devotee. On the other side, Prabhupada always used to say that sometimes when devotees leave the temple, they go and work outside and do some jobs. They used to tell his disciples, look at him, he used to be so much respected, so much joyfully was serving in the temple. Now look at him, he may have dollars, but then he does not have an opulent life. So that was a fact that Prabhupada was able to identify, that those devotees who were actually taking shelter of full-time devotional service at temple, they were very opulent, even though it may look like they are not rich, but they are actually very opulent from a devotional perspective. So and then, so after this, Mother Lakshmi was taken the side of Lord Vishnu. All the Gandharvas and Charanas, and they are all celebrating. So the way they are celebrating is Nritya Yatam Gayatam Adbhut. So they were dancing, and they were also singing with the musical instruments. Vaditranam Prituhu Swanaha. So all the musical instruments, they were making sounds. And then in the upper planets like Gandharvas, Charanas, Siddhas, everyone was celebrating this. So this is, we can see that whenever there is some incidents, the Lord, some pastime happens, the whole demigods, they are in a party mood. They are celebrating. They are taking so much joy. So on the other side, the Asuras, they were not that happy. They were actually very morose, and because they could not obtain Mother Lakshmi. So, so here we can see how the devotees and demons, they perceive, and the Lord's pastime happens. The devotees are very happy and jubilant; they are satisfied. And the other side, the demons were not happy. So this is the we can see the cause of unhappiness in the material world, that the hand that's supposed to cooperate with the whole body is things that he can enjoy separately. So eventually the hand is suffering and morose because it could not enjoy. So eventually the suffering actually is only the hand which is separated from the body is suffering. Similarly, here the demons also, they are also creation of the Lord, but they could have been happy and satisfied if they would have cooperated with the Lord. So and then Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and Angira, they're all those who are all in the universal Sarva Vishwa Sruja Vibhum. So those who are all taking care of the universal management, they're all being celebrated, and they're all chanting mantras to glorify the Supreme Lord. And they were also Pushpa Varshinaha. So they were all showering the flowers and glorifying the Supreme Lord. So we can see that similar to how the Lord is being worshipped in the temple, Lakshmi Narayan, like that, there is a worship going on, and the demigods are performing the worship. The first time Mother Lakshmi is standing by the side of Lord Vishnu. So the whole worship, the musical instruments, kirtan, and there is a flower pushpa, pushpa abhishek, and there is also mantras being chanted. So basically the whole worship, the whole aradhana is going on now. So now the demigods, along with the Prajapatis, they're all blessed, by Mother Lakshmi's glancing upon everyone. They're all blessed, and they're all. It is said that Shiladi Guna Sampanna. So immediately by her glance, it's mentioned here that they're all actually got best behavior, transcendental qualities, all that was endowed with them. And also, Lebira Nivritam Param. So they were, it said that they all become very much satisfied. So we can understand that the satisfaction is very difficult to get. It doesn't come on its own accord. So we need something to happen. Like for some people to get satisfied, it takes quite a bit to happen. They might require something which is very wonderful, very very hard to get. Those things. But satisfaction is very difficult to get in this material world. So, but the devotees, they become easily satisfied by the glance of the Supreme Lord, glance of Mother Lakshmi. They easily get satisfied. So that is the blessing of the Supreme Lord. We can see that this truptim, truptim is how by the glance of Mother Lakshmi, all the sila sampan, all the wonderful qualities are manifested in demigods. So, and then the verse number 29. Now the mood of asuras and danavas being described by Sukadeva Goswami. He is saying that they were not happy. They were actually on the other side, gatatrapa. So gatatrapa means they were feeling ashamed, and then they were feeling like lolupa rajan. So lolupa means very greedy, and they were being nirudyogaha, meaning frustrated. So they were feeling frustrated, shameless, and they were also feeling very depressed. So we can see all kinds of bad feelings are manifesting in their heart. So because of this one quality, that they were envious of the Lord, and they are not able to tolerate and when the Lord is actually enjoying with the opulence that He created. The whole creation is His creation, and He's also, if in this case we can see that Ajita, Lord Vishnu, helped to lift the mountain, and then He's also holding the mountain underneath, and He's also holding the mountain on the top as a tortoise underneath on the top, so that the whole mountain doesn't shake. And He's also helping to churn the ocean. So many things the Lord is helping, so that the demigods and demons, they can perform this pastime. But when the Lord gets something, the demons were not happy. So we can see the entire situation, how because of this lolupa, like this greediness, the one can feel these kind of things, even though everything is being performed by the Lord. So, and then going forward, the verse number 30, it is described now after this incident. So, Mother Lakshmi accepted Ajita, Lord Vishnu, as her husband. Now, the churning continued, and next, Varuni Devi appeared on the ocean. So, Varuni Devi, Kanya Kamala Lochana. So, her eyes were looking like this lotus. And then, so she also, with the permission of the Supreme Lord, um, the Asuras Jagraha Tam Vai Harer Anumatena The. So Bali Maharaj and the Asuras, they decided to have her, and then they asked permission of the Supreme Lord, and then they took possession of Varuni Devi. So, so we know Varuni is basically the liquor, or the drinks that the demigods or the asuras they drink. So they very the asuras were actually very much interested, and they took possession of Varuni Devi. And then after this, the churning continued, and now there appeared one wonderful personality. So he's being described in many many verses here. So now the this personality is um, a male, a Purushaha, Parama Arputaha. So he was looking very wonderful, and he was a Purusha, and his appearance in his qualities also being described. Dirga Pivara Do Dhanda. So he was very stout and strong, and Kambu Griva Arunekshanaha. So he was marked with three lines, just like a conch shell. His neck is marked with three lines, and his eyes were reddish, and he was Shyamala Taruna Stragvi. So he was blackish complexion, and Tarunaha means very young. He was just very young, youthful, and he was Sarva Bharana Bhushitaha. So he was fully decorated. So it's like fully decorated with all the wonderful ornaments, and garlanded with flowers. So a beautiful personality appeared, and this how he is dressed also now. Sukadeva Goswami, Pita Vasha. So he was yellow garments he was wearing, and then his Mahorakshaha, his chest was very broad. He's looking very majestic. Sumrusta Mani Kundala. So he's wearing very good earrings made of pearls, and it was very polished. Snigdha Kunchita Keshanta. So his Kesha, his hair was very curly and very polished. And then it is mentioned Subhaga Simha Vikrama. So Simha means lion. So he was looking very strong, like a lion. And the very important thing is he was carrying Amruta Purna Kalasham. So he was carrying this Amruta Kalasham. So now everybody's eyes were on this personality, and especially the Kalasham where he's carrying the Amruta. So, and then so this is where Dhanvantri, who is being celebrated as the god of medicine, god of the medicine, where in Ayurveda there are many many medicines that one can prepare for curing several diseases. In nowadays also in Kerala there are still practices going back to the olden days, how the this aushudam is being prepared, and it's still being bestowed to cure many diseases. So this god Dhanvantri, who's the god of medicine, now emanated from this ocean of churning milk, carrying this nectar, which was actually anxiously being expected by the demigods and also demons. So now will be very thrilling moments how this nectar is being immediately being took away by the asuras, and how the Lord actually interferes and all that. So we'll see in coming verses. So from all of these verses, we can understand how the Lord is being favored, very favorable to the devotees. The demigods, even though they are in karma Mr. Bhakti, they are very elevated, very, very pious souls. They may have desires, but then they are very much favorable to the Supreme Lord. So they will not do anything against the word of the Lord, and everything they do is in alignment with the Lord's order. So that is not an easy thing to do. If we surrender someone, we should be ready to execute whatever they say, with full trust. So they have that kind of a trust with the Lord, and obviously they have desires, and that desires are being fulfilled by the Lord, and He is ready to bestow and satisfy their desires. So Hare Krishna, thank you very much. That concludes today's verse. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrand ki jai, Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vanchakalpatrubhyasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, devotees.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.